It is the next big step in the India Space Odyssey. ISRO is all set to launch the country's maiden Gaganyaan test mission in December. ISRO Chief V Narayanan announced this with Group Captain Shubhanshu Shukla, the first Indian to travel to ISS aboard Axiom Mission 4.
During the last 6 months, if you see, very important, 3 important missions are accomplished. Please move the slide, whoever is operating. And Axiom 4 mission is a very prestigious mission. We have successfully accomplished, and the first Indian is sent to safely to International Space Station and brought back safely. You are having the Gaganyaan 3 with us, Shubhanshu Shukla ji.
Group Captain Shukla emphasized the nation's readiness for venturing into human space flight. With this, India will join an elite club of nations that includes United States of America, Russia and China. Recounting his journey to the International Space Station, he said, "The lessons gained from human space flight are invaluable. His experience at the ISS will be extremely helpful in India's Gaganyaan mission and the Bharatiya Antariksh Station."
The benefit of executing a human spaceflight mission end-to-end is more than the training, actually. The supplementary knowledge that you get just by being there, the experience of it, the conversations that you have, the interaction that you have with people who have had a history of human spaceflight, it is invaluable. And I think all of this information that I have been able to collect in the past 1 year is going to be extremely useful for us for our own mission, the Gaganyaan and the Bharatiya Antariksh Station. And very soon we shall see somebody traveling up in our capsule from our rocket, from our soil.
Now let us get to understand more about mission Gaganyaan. India's space mission to independently send astronauts to space, that's number 1. Aimed at developing India's human spaceflight capabilities. Third, a step towards making India a major space-enabled nation. Fourth, includes maiden India spacecraft and astronaut training program. Fifth, India will join select club of US, China and Russia. Strategic boost to India's space program. Now let me take you through some interesting details. Now, Indian Space Research Organization is the agency. Objective, launch Indian astronauts into low Earth orbit. Budget, 10,000 crore. Technology, made in India spacesuits, autonomous orbital maneuvers. Vehicle, GSLV Mk3 launch. Spacecraft, crew module with life support system for 7-day mission. Timeline, first crewed flight planned within a couple of years. Operations, astronaut training, crew module testing and flight simulation. The maiden test mission for Gaganyaan set for December marks a milestone in India's journey towards establishing a national space station. This will lead to a series of ambitious missions including a lunar landing by 2040 that will inspire future generations and reinforce India's place among the world's leading spacefaring nations. Through Gaganyaan, the country aims to join the exclusive group of nations, Russia, United States, China, that have independently sent humans to space.
10 years back, we had only one startup company in the space area in the country. Now today, under the leadership of Honorable Prime Minister and Minister of State, we are having 300 plus startup companies in the space area. That shows the significant growth of the startup system. And there are 2 suborbital missions done by private companies. And a week back, on August 8, a 30-ton solid motor is successfully tested for a private company, Vikram 1 motor, and for jointly done by ISRO and the private sector.
Now let me introduce my guests. Manish Purohit, former scientist, ISRO. Dr. Selvamurthy, President, Emirates Science, Technology and Innovation Foundation, former DG DRDO. And Group Captain retired V Jha, Senior Scientist, Aerospace and former Joint Director, DRDO. Let me straight away go to Selvamurthy. Sir, how important mission Gaganyaan is for India? Please decode it for our viewers.
Thank you for having me at this discussion. And it's a very important milestone in the Indian space research, and then also towards the Gaganyaan mission, which is slated for the first quarter of 2027. So this, the exercise which we are doing, G1, Gaganyaan 1, which was just announced by the chairman ISRO, Dr. Narayanan. that this is going to be very important in terms of seeing all the mission operations simulated in complete functional the simulation. That is, the first thing will be the crew module in terms of its habitability, in terms of its configuration, its operations. Everything will be tested first. Then the life support technologies like the temperature and the oxygen, carbon dioxide removal, and also the all other life support factors which are required will be tested. Then the communication from the spacecraft to the ground station, telemetry, and voice communication. So everything will be like as if an astronaut or a Gaganyaan 3 sitting from inside the spacecraft will be operating. So there will be communication. And then the third one will be, they will be doing experiments. So this the simulated Vyom Yatra, Vyom Mitra, will be having the actual the experiments being conducted, like doing an experiment on agriculture or doing a materials research. So all this will happen in this. So this is a very important, and we will also be testing the crew escape system, which is very vital if there is an accident, because the foremost importance is safety of the Gaganyatris who will be going in this Gaganyaan mission. So it's very important. That is why we are doing this simulation. And then we will also be looking at our own indigenous technologies, like, for example, parachutes, which are coming from DRDO, the ADRD Agra, the DRDO which I served for 40 years. So we are giving a lot of support to this ISRO activity today. The parachutes, 10 parachutes which are essential. The pilot and also drogue, as well as the main one, will be reaching, and they will be tested. It has been tested, but in the real situation, it will be tested with the crew escape system. And we will also be testing the life support system, which is being indigenously developed, the space suit. All this will be put into this. The actual Vyom Mitra will be doing simulation of an actual the Gaganyaan sitting inside the crew compartment and operating it.
Okay.
So they will be doing the manipulations of the switches, their display monitoring, and also giving voice command in terms of Hindi
Okay.
as well as in English. So all this will be simulated. So this is a very, very important step towards the manned space mission, which is slated for the first quarter of 2027.
Okay.